This is never an easy video to make. Right, so FeiyuTech have produced their second version of their pocket camera. Now this is called the FeiyuTech Pocket 2. Do you really think you're going to be calling that the Pocket 2? Yeah. This is the Pocket 2. This is the DJI Pocket 2. You can't. What do you want me to do about it? Fine. You do what you want. I don't care. Whatever. I'm just the presenter guy. Anyway. FeiyuTech have acquired the Sony sensor, the 1/2.3 inch 12 megapixel sensor with the capabilities of recording at 4K up to 60 frames per second and a bitrate of 120 megabits per second. Now this has a super wide field of view of 130 degrees. Now this is absolutely massive. You can also change the field of view with 3 different settings. I think it's super wide and narrow, but most likely, you know, that's just a crop in on the image. So you could probably film super wide and do it in post. Perfectly fine. But that's what we're here to discover anyway. Now, FeiyuTech have also released the Pocket 2S. Now, this is really interesting because essentially the top gimbal part here can be fully detachable and you can put it onto certain objects. You can have this base here and then it's got like this little curly, you know, cord thing attach the top of the pocket. But that is well done from FeiyuTech for being innovative and trying out something new, whether it's completely usable, who knows? I don't have that version, so if you do have the version, comment below. I'd really like to know your thoughts on the FeiyuTech Pocket 2S. So I really want to test the image quality out of this. What do you guys think? Let's battle it out. Yeah. Well, let's go test this image quality then, shall we? Let's go. All right. Well, the question does present itself. Is this better than the DJI Pocket 2? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go outside and test to see how this thing looks. All right, so we are in my car. We've got the FeiyuTech Pocket 2 versus the Osmo or the DJI Pocket 2. Now, what is the audio quality sounding like between these two cameras? I am recording externally through my Zoom H1N right here, but you can also hear the FeiyuTech Pocket 2 audio right now, and you can also hear the DJI Pocket 2 audio also right now. So this is a good indication to see what the stability is like, how the gimbal actually works, because I can see the mounts on my car is shaking like heck, and I really don't think these are going to be turning out too great. There's a ton of micro jitters right now. So the gimbal's actually doing their job right now because I can see a lot of shake through the mount in the top of the corner of the car here. But what is the image quality like? So I've got them both in 4K 25 frames per second, but also auto exposure. So it'll change the shutter speed however it needs, and it'll change obviously the ISO however it needs as well. The Pocket 2, or they're both called the Pocket 2, the FeiyuTech Pocket 2 has a much flatter picture profile, whereas DJI's picture profile is flat, but it certainly is not desaturated as the FeiyuTech version. So the reason why I'm testing this right now against the DJI version is essentially it is the king. It is the king of pocket cameras when it comes to these very, very small pocket gimbals. There's so many other companies that have tried to make something similar to the DJI Pocket and just have failed, haven't done a great job, whereas this FeiyuTech Pocket 2 seems to have been doing, I suppose, the best job since the DJI Pocket 2. So I really would love to see that image quality to be there, but unfortunately the FeiyuTech just doesn't have that image quality like the Pocket 2 has. Even the Pocket 1 DJI was just so much better than the FeiyuTech Pocket 2. It does have that Sony 1/2.3 inch sensor, but the new DJI version has a 1/1.7 inch sensor.
been a long night. Black skies glowing. We're losing light. Where am I going? Black skies glowing. The wind blows high. Winter's light. Cold and dry.
Yeah, FeiyuTech Pocket 2. It's interesting, hey? I've always seen these little pocket cameras, and I mean, they've kind of piqued my interest because they are so small, but I've never really been interested because such a small sensor, such a small gimbal, I don't know, it just kind of looks like using a mobile phone. But I don't know, it's because I'm getting more into like just capturing everyday stuff and not wanting to bring like something like this along with me every day. Like having something like this would be pretty cool just for like everyday stuff. I definitely wouldn't use this to like shoot a movie or shoot a commercial or something because it's just not what it's made for. But just as like a happy snaps camera to take on like a holiday with you, super small, it's got a gimbal, it shoots 4K 60, like pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the footage that's been coming out of this, so I can't comment on the quality of that. But I mean, looking at the screen, it looks fairly stable. The what do we call it? Having the flat picture profile on the display itself is really annoying, especially now when it's overcast and there's not much contrast. Like it makes it really hard to actually see the image. And I've also noticed as well the face detection really struggles with glasses, which a lot of brands do, but it's just something to keep in mind. But even when I had my glasses off and I was doing the face tracking, it was still kind of like losing me every so often. So face tracking for me in this little test, I guess didn't really work too good. But I just like the form factor. Just chuck in your pocket. Actually, let's go on that. Not having any sort of, well, no, there's a case for it, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a case.
Does it slip into the case?
Yeah.
Like the Pocket 2?
Yeah, the whole thing does, yeah.
The only downside I'd say in terms of like the design is that the gimbal doesn't really lock in anywhere. So when you turn it off, it just kind of like, that's it, like it doesn't lock in. Kind of like the DJI Pocket 2 where it turns the lens around and hides it so you can't get stuff on the lens. This, we can't even turn the lens around, it gets jammed sort of thing, so the lens is always going to be facing out, which is kind of annoying, but I guess it is what it is. But it would be nice to just have some sort of lock so it's not just kind of like flailing about, especially if you're going to like chuck in your pocket like this sort of thing. So
Kind of like the gimbal lock here.
yeah, like this.
Besides the...
Good.
Nice one, Sire. Nice one.
Good.
So this is really, really difficult. Now, I had high hopes for the FeiyuTech Pocket 2. The build quality is phenomenal, but the image quality, it's suboptimal. It's below par. I really do not like the image quality that comes out of this. The coloring absolutely sucks when you put it into FeiyuTech log or Feiyu log. It's completely desaturated. Then you bring it into post and you try and color grade it. It's like not even 8-bit footage. It's horrible. The Pocket, the DJI Pocket 2 absolutely demolishes this when it comes to the image quality. You know, unfortunately, that is the sad truth, and I don't know what they're doing with that color science, but it is really bad, especially when it comes to low lights like we were today. It really just, the colors just completely washed out. It was full gray. What do you think? Image quality? Yeah, suck it. Our image quality is tons better, so
Yeah, they win.
have fun.
DJI, you've done well. Yeah.
So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. I really dislike making these videos, you know. I really have high hopes for some of these other brands to knock DJI out of the park, but I don't think they've done it with the FeiyuTech Pocket 2. They may need another version. Image quality, you really, really, really need to produce such great image quality against DJI. DJI just seem to be doing really great with their sensors and image quality and color science as well. So yeah, like this video if you did. Comment below what your thoughts are on the DJI Pocket 2 and the FeiyuTech Pocket 2. Other than that, see you in the next one. All right, let's get it.